Hello, welcome back to episode 2 of, well, I don't really have a name for this series, but here we are, back in the same world, starting a whole new day. So there's a few things I want to get done in this episode, but, well, I didn't really get all of them done. The first thing we started was doing a strip mine. So I started digging out the start, but later on I realized that my iron pickaxe was not quick enough for mining all the cobblestone. So I thought I'd come back to it later when I had a diamond pickaxe, something with silk touch. But we did mine for a little bit. We got some materials, not too much. It wasn't really worth it, but that's alright. However, even though we weren't going to go strip mining, I still thought we should go mining, at least. So I went into the house, slept for the day, and in the morning, we'd go cave mining. Luckily, there was a cave very, very close to our house, so we lit up the entrance, and we went down. Found a few things, found some emeralds, found a lot of coal, and a lot of iron, but the main thing we were looking for was some diamonds. For the next about 30 minutes to an hour, all I did was mining, so I thought I'd put in a little time lapse as this would get a bit boring to watch. And then, after about an hour, we finally found it. Diamonds. I was so excited I went down to mine them, however, it was not looking good for us. We only got 2 diamonds, which is better than 1, but is a lot worse than what it could have been. We could only make a sword with this, but we thought we'd wait and see if we could find some more for a pickaxe. I then went to head a bit further down, but I got this achievement, and that meant I was kind of close to summoning a warden. And I don't know too much about them, but I know he would kill me instantly. So I got out of there. After that though, we found a mine shaft, which at this point was pretty cool, as I knew there was so much loot to be found, like melon seeds, music discs, golden apples, and I was so excited. Eventually we found a skeleton spawner, which was pretty cool. We had to kill a few skeletons, found some horse armor, music disc, not too bad. We saved the coordinates however, as this might come to be useful later. We then explored the strip mines for another 30 minutes or so. Didn't really find too much. Found another spawner, but it was a spider spawner, so we destroyed it and got some more iron, got some more coal. It was a pretty successful mining trip, if I do say so myself. We then made an anvil, as I thought I'd make my sword have smite 3. If you remember what happened last episode with the 10 zombies, that was not going to be an issue anymore. We then found more of this warden biome. I don't really know what it is, but I knew to stay away from it, so I headed the other direction. We then found more diamonds. Oh yeah. And this time, well, we were still unlucky, but it was a little bit more than last time. We found 3 in total, bringing our combined diamond total up to 5, which was enough for a sword and a pickaxe, or some other things, such as enchantment table. Went exploring for a bit more, didn't really find nothing too crazy, and at this point, we had been down in the caves for close to an hour, so I wanted to head out, get out of there, get some fresh air. Surprisingly, however, we somehow came up the same hole we went down, which I think that's pretty rare, but somehow we did it and came back right up outside our base. We smelted all our loot, got a lot of iron, not too much gold, but a bit of coal, replanted some of our crops, and all in all, it was a good day's work. We went to sleep that night, and then woke up bright and early in the next morning for a new project. I went and quickly killed the skeleton, however, who was taking shelter on unwanted land. I then started mining out a lot of area, as I had a project in mind. A project that would make me money. This project was going to be a melon farm, as I had found some melon seeds in the mineshaft, and I've done this before, and melon farming is a pretty good way to get emeralds from villagers. So we cleared out a lot of land. We spent about 30 minutes doing this, which was a couple days in Minecraft, and we're not finished yet. We started growing the few melon seeds we had, put some bone meal on it, and hopefully soon we'll get our first melon. We then mined out even more land, as this was going to be a massive melon farm. Hopefully in the future I will have over hundreds of melon seeds planted, as this may be our only source of income for emeralds. I then set off on another journey, and this journey was to find some sugarcane. Because if we don't have sugarcane, we can't exactly beat the game. I mean, you can, but I want sugarcane so I can get some bookshelves and eventually get a level 30 enchantment table so we can enchant our gear and get the maximum upgrades. And let me tell you, we spent a while looking for this sugarcane. We traveled close to 1,000 blocks, had to pick up some sand and some ores on the way, but eventually we found some. I saw it out of the corner of my eye all of a sudden, and I was so excited. I instantly headed straight forward on my boat, and I could not express how excited I was, because now I could make sugarcane farms, I could make paper, I could trade books with villagers. This just opened up a whole new possibilities. We slept in our bed right next to it, making sure we would never lose sight of it. Collected it the next morning and headed off. Made it back home and I set up a sugarcane farm right next to where our melon farm would be. And I thought I would make this little corner of my base the farming area. We then devoted some time to making our melon farm big, as we didn't have any extra melon seeds yet, but when they were ready, we would start planting them. You may be able to notice, however, I made a crucial mistake when setting up this melon farm. I soon do find out, and let me tell you, it is very annoying if you haven't noticed already, and I'll leave it a secret for now, see if you can figure it out. The next day, however, I decided to head out for another journey, as I didn't want to keep doing farming day after day. So, we headed back to the forest in looks for cows. Were another crucial component that I needed to complete the game. See, cows not only are a great source of food, but they drop leather, and I need leather to make books, and books will help me make bookshelves and an enchanting table. Killed some pigs on the way, found some more sugarcane, which was nice, but still no signs of cows. We spent one full day of searching for cows, so we had to take a sleep in the snow and try again the next day. We got up bright and early on the next day, and I heard the sounds of cows. I instantly headed over there, mining everything in my path, and finally found my first cow. We attached it to its lead, found its friend, and then we took them both home. The journey wasn't too long, but it was a bit annoying, as taking animals 300 blocks across snow, across mountains, should never be fun. And let me tell you, it wasn't. Mined up some iron on the way though, as You can never have too much iron. You can never have too much of anything. Eventually, near the end of the day, we finally got them back to our base. Which reminds me, I'm still looking for a name for the base. If you guys have any ideas, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll read all of them. Anyway, we attached our cows to a little fence and ran back inside my house to get some building materials, as we weren't just going to build them any old boring wooden pen. No. We like to spruce things up here on the channel. So I mined out some area, got it looking nice and flat, and then we began building, and I decided to use these smooth stone fences, as I think they give a bit of a medieval, sophisticated look. It's much more exciting than just using wooden fences, and it's a little bit of a flex for this early on the game. We then added some lanterns and a few oak leaves to the back, which I thought added a cool little overgrown feel to it. Then we began digging out even more dirt and stone, as we kind of decided to build this melon farm right near these little mountains, but that was fine because we were getting materials and clearing out space at the same time. However, this time we were clearing out space for a new animal pen. This was the sheep pen. We went with the same design as the cow pen to kind of match it, and all in all, it looks pretty good. After we finished up doing that, we started trading with the villagers a little bit. My plan is to get an armorer and a weaponsmith both maxed out, so I can just buy diamond tools and diamond armor off them for decently cheap prices. So that way, I won't have to go mining for diamonds. However, this happened when I was going mining for iron. Yeah, I was pretty annoyed. That was the first death of the series, and it happened on episode 2, which is not very impressive. We slept that night and headed back in the morning to gather all our stuff, and I was still pretty annoyed at this point. I don't know what had happened. I tried placing my water bucket, but obviously, I'm not good enough to MLG water bucket just yet. The next day though, we spent trying to get villagers into designated houses, as right now, they were just living in my house. So I pushed 2 villagers into this one house, and I decided that this would be the farmer house. Eventually we would breed farmers, hopefully have about 6 of them in this one house, where we would just sell our melons to, and get some money. We spent the next day mining up all our melons, when this is when I realized the mistake I made. You see, when making a melon farm, you want to have 2 spots of empty dirt between each row of seeds, and I left 1 block of dirt. Meaning half of the seeds here didn't have a spot for melons to grow. So I was very annoyed. Today was not a good day with dying, and then I spent the next 10 minutes stomping on the crops to try and get them to reset, and I basically had to move my whole farm like 1 block over. It was not very fun. Anyway, the next day, we headed over to the villagers, sold some stuff to try and get them to the melon trade, as we had to get them to apprentice level or something before we could start selling the melons. We found our weaponsmith and toolsmith, got them upgrading, and it was funny, at this point I realized I had never made a stone pickaxe before. So I got the achievement for having one, which was pretty funny considering I had gotten this far into the game without a stone pickaxe. We then spent close to a stack of iron on emeralds, and then this man would sell us an iron pickaxe with Fortune 1, which I thought was pretty good. However, now I have some explaining to do. You see, at this point, I was recording about 5 sessions for each episode, all 1 hour long, and one of those sessions didn't record at all. So there is 1 hour of footage just missing, it got corrupted, I don't know. But basically in this 1 hour, I did some more trading, I now have a few diamond tools, and I started making a villager home, or a villager base, which is not finished yet, probably won't be finished for a couple episodes, but yeah, I don't know where the footage went, it just disappeared. But not too much was done, so don't worry. Anyway, with that out of the way, we started breeding our cows, and we then headed over to our armorer where you can see how much trading we actually had started doing. We had unlocked all his trades, we had sold lots of iron, lots of coal, lots of melons. After that, however, we went back for strip mining, as now we had a silk touch pickaxe, which will give us stone, and we needed the stone to try and finish our villager base. However, while strip mining, we found another cave, and this cave had a brand new mine shaft. So even though I didn't want to, as I had done some exploring before, I thought I may as well go exploring again, and we found some treasure. Not only did we find another dungeon, but we found an enchanted golden apple. One of the rarest items in Minecraft Survival, and we had our hands on one on just episode 2. I was so excited. This is the first time I've ever had an enchanted golden apple on a single player Minecraft Survival world. The next day, we went on another adventure. This time, we were looking for lava, as I needed some lava to make obsidian, so I could get another portal, an enchantment table, all the good stuff basically. We eventually found it. It didn't take us too long, maybe 5 minutes of traveling. We picked up about 20 or so obsidian, and yeah, we then headed back, excited, because now I had all the ingredients to create a level 30 enchantment table. However, on our way back, I noticed there was a lava pool about 100 blocks away from our house, which was annoying because I had just gone searching for it, but at least in the future, we know there's one there. We mined up some melons, made some trades, and started getting a decent amount of emeralds. Visit our toolsmith and weaponsmith, and this is where we bought our first pickaxe. This was going to be our normal pickaxe, one that we would try and get fortune on, mending, everything. We went and killed a few cows, as we still needed quite a bit of leather for the enchantment table, and then we went around looking for a spot to build it, and I just decided building it behind my house. Soon I will build a enclosement or like a building room for it, but for now I just set it on the ground, and I also set up a nether portal right next to our farms. Obviously, we had to go in and check out the spawn, and well, it was interesting. You see, we're in an enclosed area, which is a bit annoying, but hey, at least it's super safe. No ghast can shoot us as soon as we enter the portal, so I'm actually quite happy with it. Once we came back, we got our pickaxe, enchanted it, and on the first try, we got an amazing enchantment. I was amazed. This usually takes tens and hundreds of enchantments. Well, not really, but it usually takes a while, so I was extremely happy. I then laid out all our ores we got from our 3 hours of mining, and we were about to get rich. You can just see how many stacks and stacks of ores we had. We had close to about 4 stacks of just blocks, so I ran back and started mining it all. With the Fortune 3, we were going to get more coal and iron than we would need. Hopefully this would last us a while, as eventually I'll have plans to set up infinite iron farms, infinite gold farms. However, it's episode 2. We're getting way too ahead of ourselves. So we mined up all our ores, and well, we had a lot. We had about close to 6 stacks of iron, we had lots of lapis, and a pretty good amount of gold and iron. After that, we made a few more blast furnaces, threw all our ores in there, and got smelting. After that, we visited our villages again, which I really have to give names for. And we then traded almost a stack of iron for emeralds, which at this point, you're probably going to get mad at me, but we have a lot of iron, so we got tons to spend. After we did that, we bought a diamond sword. Oh yeah. We obviously had to disenchant it though, because we did not want Bane of Arthropods on it. So we enchanted it, and our first go, we got Sharpness 4, which is honestly pretty amazing. Those were back-to-back enchantments for the sword and pickaxe, and well, that's pretty good. Anyway, as I started enchanting my other gear, I just wanted to say, you guys are amazing. Huge, huge, huge thank you for my first episode. I never expected to get so many views or subscribers. This is honestly a dream for me. I didn't expect the video to get 400 views. I thought it would just get 20 views. So honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. You have no idea how much this means to me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed yet another episode, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for subscribing, and I love you guys. See ya!